I I saw a video of a young lady, and she was talking about how she almost died in a car accident, and she was trying to make people aware about spiritual warfare and just the power of God and all of that stuff. And so I felt compelled to tell my little story about what happened to me, and this is what happened. How I almost died twice, if not a couple times, in one day, in basically one scenario. So in 2006, I was working and going to school at night, and on my lunch break, well, I'm skipping a step. In 2006, that was the first time I had ever went on a fast, and so during my fast, I wasn't eating during the day, and I had this idea of exactly what I wanted to go to school for. So on my lunch break, I went up to the school I was going to change my major because I knew what I wanted to change it to. So it had been raining that day, and at the time that I was driving, um, the street I was driving on was MLK, but the time that I was driving, it had stopped raining, but there was still water on the pavement, which I've later found out is probably more dangerous than when it's raining, because when it's raining, people clearly see the rain, so they're driving a little bit more cautious. When the rain has stopped, they maybe forget that the pavement is still wet, so they're driving maybe as fast as they would have if it had never rained, if not faster. So I remember specifically there was a vehicle that like flew past me. I'm doing the speed limit. I'm on, like I said, I'm on MLK, and it flew past me, and I was like, oh my gosh, that car better slow down, or it's gonna get in a wreck, because I'm thinking like the ground is still wet. He goes around the corner, nothing wrong. Then I go around the corner, like I said, I'm doing the speed limit, and my front right wheel gets caught in the ragged rifts in the street, and my rack and pinion goes out, my brakes go out. I mean, what? You know? And nothing's moving. The wheels is not turning anything. So my car is now hitting the curb and aiming for a pole. Not one of those stop sign poles. No. Like a big, thick pole. Okay? Crazy. On the MLK, you'll see like a pole, there's a missing one, a pole, a pole. I took out the missing one, okay? Now, so I hit the curb, my car slams into the pole because my rack and pinion went out, my brakes went out randomly. I wasn't speeding or anything, but like I said, my wheel got caught in the rifts in the street, and the car just went crazy. Um, this had to be around, let's say, maybe 2 something, late 2, almost 3 o'clock. Because I know that if it had been like maybe 15 minutes later, I remember that they had let out the elementary kids. And I was so grateful. I'm skipping steps in the story, but I'm going to get back to that. I was so grateful because I could have killed a child. Because, like I said, I went up on the curb and took out a pole, and the pole, and here's a little sidewalk right by it. So babies don't all walk on the sidewalk. Some of them walk in the grass, and I could have easily killed a child. So, the enemy was extremely busy. But anyway, like I said, hit the curb, took out the pole. My car keeps going. Um, and my airbag comes out, deploys, and I see smoke. At the time, I didn't know that was from the airbag. I thought the car was about to blow up or something. So I did some like MacGyver stuff, and I opened the car door and jumped out of my vehicle while it was moving. I figured smoke, fire, explosion. So I should at least try to jump out. And I did. I opened the car, jumped out. When I jumped out, my back tire rolls over my legs. Okay? I roll into the street with ongoing traffic coming. Okay, so now I've hit the curb, I've taken out a pole, I've jumped out the vehicle, my wheels have run over my legs, I rolled into the street, and now there's traffic coming. Like, I'm on a fast, the first fast I've ever gone on. I now know what I want to go to school for, and I'm about to die like a couple of times. So, roll out in the street, no cars hit me, and there's plenty of cars coming. No cars hit me. Blood of Jesus. No cars hit me. So I'm like out of it. I'm getting out of the street, and I had to walk to my car because my car kept going. So finally it stops. And I'm just like, oh my God, I just got the car. I hadn't even had the car. It was my first car ever. I hadn't even had the car a month. Okay. And I'm just like, are you serious? Like, why? Why did all of this happen? So I'm just out of it. I'm walking to my car, and I just start crying because there are other cars coming this way, and my car is this way. Well, it's opposite for the video. I'm this way. There are other cars coming the opposite way, and they're all just looking, driving and looking like, oh, she got in an accident. Nobody's stopping though. They're all like, oh wow. So I was just like, God, is no one going to stop and help me? I swear to you, probably less than 3 seconds after I said that, this random guy who I feel is an angel, or was an angel, or is an angel rather, sent from God, comes in a black hoodie. And I'm going to tell you, I've seen this blessing again later on, years later. I don't know if it was the same person, angel sent, I don't know, but I remember it was a black guy in a black hoodie, but that's a whole nother story for another time. This guy comes, black guy, black hoodie, and mind you, it had stopped raining, so having the hoodie on was just kind of like, what are you doing? I mean, previously having on the hoodie because it was raining makes sense, but having the hood on from the hoodie is just kind of like, yeah, it was an angel. I don't care what anybody says. And it came immediately. Lord, is no one going to help me? Excuse me, ma'am, do you need help? I was like, you work fast. So literally it happened like, Lord, is anyone going to help me? Ma'am, coming. Where were you? Where did you pop up from? Like, okay, so anyway, he disappeared. So he comes, he helps me. He's like, is this your purse? I'm like, yeah, it's my car, it's my purse. Like, I mean, being arrogant, and I just had an accident, smart mouth. I got to work on it. Anyway, I'm like, yes, that's my purse. So he gets my purse out. And mind you, I'm still out of it. I guess I've some kind of way moved back to like the edge of the curb. And I'm just staring and looking at my car as this man is getting things out of my car for me, asking me if I'm okay. And while I'm standing on the curb looking at my car, here comes a Metro bus. And literally, this man, the angel, jerks me up onto the curb again because the Metro bus was about to run me over. Didn't even say beep, beep, nothing. Was just going to kill me. Just gonna kill me. And so later on I find out that like if you're just in their way, they have like legal rights to just run you over because you in the way of a Metro bus. But my thing is, I feel like that was the enemy again. Like, we gonna get her now. Like, you just gonna run me over, dude? You see me, you see there was an accident, you couldn't beep beep, nothing. You just gonna run me over, right? Just gonna run me. That angel moved me right back on the curb, and the bus was like, it was like one of these jerk. I'm on the curb now. Here comes the bus. Like, I was totally out of it. So my peripheral was gone. I was just looking at my car and focused on that. It was like all the sound and everything just left. But I know he ain't beep. I know that much. He was going to run me over. Okay.